Howdy, welcome to English 1010 section I59. This is Comp 1 for Fall 2020 on the internet. My name is Eric Fish. I'll be teaching the course. And with this first video, I want to go over the basics of D2L and then go over the course syllabus just a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. You're going to do a syllabus quiz for Friday. And also, you can read faster than I can talk, so it's easier if you just read through it yourself there for the syllabus quiz. But on D2L, when you first come into the course, make sure you check out the announcements. Generally, there'll be a reminder there of what's coming due. And also, generally for major announcements, I use D2L email. And also, D2L email is up here with the envelope. You want to do this generally before you even get into the course. Because if you just click on D2L email when you get into the course, all you'll see are the ones for our course. But if you're in a speech course looking for my emails, it won't pop up. So make sure you're on your D2L homepage when you check the email and before you get into the course, and make sure you check course announcements once you're in the course. Most of the material, let me get in here as a student, is going to be on the content page for the course. You're going to see the course syllabus. Let me get into the table of contents here. You're going to see the course syllabus and class schedule, which we'll go over here in a second. You'll also see exercises for Friday, the 20th, introduction paragraphs due and the syllabus quizzes due, and they're right there under exercises. You'll see the essay assignments that are coming up. First one's a song analysis. You'll see YouTube videos. This one's going to be number 1. That's why also you don't see number 1 here listed. But number 2 shows you how to do the introduction paragraph. Number 3 shows you how to do the syllabus quiz and where to put that. And then you'll see journal entries and help resources. But when I say I put something on the content page, this is what I'm talking about. When you submit material, you're going to go over here to assignments. When I say put it in the D2L Dropbox, the Dropboxes are under assignments. And you'll just come down here, click on the correct Dropbox, and submit your material. And videos 2 and 3 show you how to do that. And that's what the first assignments are going to deal with a little bit. If you need to email me, you can go to the class list. You can email the whole class if you want to. I don't recommend it, but the way I email the class is I click on everybody's name, I hit the email button, and I can email everybody in the class. That's what makes D2L such a great way to communicate. This is why I want you to email me and why we're going to communicate using D2L. If you just want to email me, make sure you don't click that box, or you're about to email the whole class and tell them your business. Just click on my name. Whenever you send an email, just make sure, double sure, check to see who it's going to, make sure it's not the whole class or anything like that. But you just do the subject line and the body, hit send, and it'll send me the email. Students are sometimes interested in their grades, so we'll click on that. For you all, it's a nice listing of all the grades for the course, and that we'll be filling that out as we go through the course. Let me show you what mine looks like real quickly, just to show you how easy it is for me to make a mistake with the grades. I try not to, obviously, but when you see all the blanks I got to fill out for 20 plus people in the course, going all the way across all the assignments, it's pretty easy for me to make a mistake entering a grade, especially if 2 people have similar names or the same first name or something like that. It's pretty easy for me to transpose the grade. So if there's ever anything that looks wrong in the D2L gradebook, be sure to let me know. It's the official gradebook for the course. I'm going to download this into Excel at the end of the semester and submit the grades based on the D2L gradebook. So make sure all your grades are right. We might do discussions. We'll see how you all feel about that. Generally, probably some point, like a third of the way through the course, I'm going to send out a little questionnaire and say, hey, do you want to get on the discussion boards? Are you pretty happy the way the course is going? Those are the major things we're going to be working with. If we're going to try to use LinkedIn to post our assignments and things like that, if that doesn't work, we'll go to the ePortfolio. We'll see how that goes. But those are the major functions in D2L. And again, the syllabus and class schedule are located. By the way, the last thing you get into on the content page is what's going to pop up the next time you're in there. So if you're looking here and like, I don't see the syllabus, make sure you go back to table of contents, I do that all the time for some. I've done this for in D2L for years. I still do that. Make sure you go back to table of contents, and there's a syllabus addendum class schedule. I already have it pulled up in Word, so I can make it bigger and it's a little easier to see for the video. When you look at the syllabus, again, my name's Eric Fish. I'm going to go over just a few things here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, obviously. Again, D2L is preferred. I'm generally not going to be on campus this semester. All my classes are online, and they're letting us do this our office hours and stuff online, and I'll send those out at some point. So if you go to my office, you probably won't find me there. If you want to meet in person, we can set up a day and time, and we'll have to put our masks on and all that good stuff. But we can meet in person if you need to, and some students do, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes I just need to talk to somebody, and that's it's pretty normal response for an internet course actually. If you leave a message on my office phone, I may not get it for a while. The best way to contact me is through D2L email. That's the best way. The second choice, there's my Northeast State email. I don't really want you to email me there because I may not know who badboy58 is at gmail.com, and I might just skip past the email, right? Just to go over the basic course, it's Comp 1. You're going to be writing essays. More importantly, we're going to be incorporating research into our essays, with all our essays, really. But first two essays are going to be with MLA formatting, which you might have used in high school or some point in your life. Maybe not. It may have been a while since high school. Internet courses bring in a lot of different, a variety of students. But we're going to start with MLA formatting, then we're going to go to APA formatting. And if you're like, I don't even know either one of those, that's what we're going to be working with in the course. You're not expected to know that right now. Then during the last essay, I'll let you choose what you want to do. If you want to see the Tennessee Board of Regents Learning Outcome, TBR stands for Tennessee Board of Regents. That's our governing body for the state colleges, or at least the community colleges. You can go to page 5. It's fascinating reading there. There's no textbook. I do recommend you get a jump drive or some way that you can save material and back up your material for the course. If you have children and they get on your computer and start deleting your files, you're just out of luck, right? I'm going to just tell you, you should have had some backup somewhere. You can email it to yourself. There's different ways to back up stuff. You can use the USB jump drive, whatever. Just make sure you have backup for all your work. Just saying, I lost my work, or Google Docs deleted all my stuff magically. Well, tough. There's nothing I can do to help you there, right? In fact, I'm going to say, well, surely you have it backed up, right? And of course, probably didn't, because everybody has to learn the hard way. But make sure you have a backup of all your work. For the grading breakdown, we're going to go to page 8. I think it's page 8, yep. And you'll see there just a grading sheet. It's just a listing of all the things we're going to do in the course of 4 major projects, starting with a song analysis, then moving on to a career project and a medical essay. Then we'll end with a double-speak essay. I need to take that AP off of there. You can get to choose your format there. But we'll also do some journal entries along the way. It's a good way to, if you want to print this page off and keep track of your grades, it's a good way to notice if I make a mistake in D2 and the D2L grade book or something too. But you can also see yourself making progress and filling out the blanks. And there's 1,021 points for the course, 21 bonus points. So 90% is an A, 80% is a B, 70% is a C. Hopefully nobody gets below that. But back up here to the syllabus. Course policies, again, I'm not going to read all these to you. You're going to do a syllabus quiz on these. But notice the big ones that are bolded and in box. That's where the big problems with internet courses tend to happen. Got to let me know if there's a problem, if you can't find something in D2L. If you're having a pretty serious personal problem, I don't need to know the details. That's really none of my business. But you should email me and say, hey, I'm still in the class. I'm just dealing with something. Don't count me out yet. If you just go missing in the class for 2-3 weeks, it gets hard to catch up. If you do that in all your classes, it becomes almost impossible to catch up. So be sure to keep me in the loop there. But even for little silly things, if you're like, I can't find a syllabus quiz or something like that, email me and I'll tell you where it is. And you might go like, duh, it's right there in front of my face. Well, that's not your problem. It's your job to let me know when there is a problem. It's my job to answer your questions, right? Make sure you save all your graded work. Well, I'm skipping ahead. If you do have a question about grades, a problem with grades, be sure and let me know as soon as you can. I don't have set a timer for 1 week, but you can but you want to make sure you're asking questions about grades within a week of receiving it, so it's all fresh in both our minds. Saving your work, I'm just going to say this constantly. Make sure you back up your work. Don't go in your D2L email and delete all your D2L emails, because I'm going to send your graded work back through D2L email attachment. And if you get to the end of the course and you can't, and I die in a fiery car crash the day before grades are due, can you prove you took the course and completed the material? And if you deleted all your stuff out of the D2L email, you can't. You got a problem. I'll try not to die in a fiery car crash. But make sure you cover your end. Don't delete stuff. Wait till you get that final grade, and that's true in all your classes. It's almost impossible to do a grade appeal if you don't have your graded work, right? Everything's going to be due on a Tuesday or a Friday at 11:59 p.m. I'm not actually up at midnight on those nights. So if you're a night owl and you're turning stuff in at 3 or 4 in the morning, I'll never notice that. I'll just get up on Wednesday or Saturday morning, download all the stuff, and start grading it or whatever. So if you're gonna, so don't get too focused on that 11:59 mark. If you're gonna turn it in, later that evening or guess that next morning, that's fine as long as it's there the next day when I get ready to go grade or review the work. The rest of this, I'm gonna let you read and do the syllabus quiz on. But mostly with any syllabus, just basic rules of life, right? You got to show up, you got to do the work, you got to communicate and keep small problems small, and you got to behave well. You got to be professional about what you do. You can't plagiarize. You can't copy and paste essays off the internet and present them as your own or silly things like that. And you got to kind of get along with other people in the class. We're going to be doing peer reviews. You got to be professional and courteous, even though you're trying to point out some errors in another student's essay. And that's true of pretty much any work scenario, right? You got to show up, do the work, communicate, be professional. You got to do that in personal relationships too. But anyway, don't want to get on a soapbox there. But again, read through those policies again for the syllabus quiz. For the class schedule, when something says due, it's due that day. So like here, watch YouTube videos number 1, 2, and 3. This one being number 1. If you don't quite get that done Tuesday and watch on Wednesday, I'll never know the difference. But the syllabus quiz and the introduction paragraph, they're both due on Friday the 7th by midnight. And those should go into the D2L Dropbox, and videos 2 and 3 show you how to do that. Then next week, we'll get going on journals 1 through 3 and the first essay. But when it says due, the first 2 paragraphs are due Friday night, right? And you're going to see a basic process as we go through the schedule. There's basic 5-step process to the writing process. We're going to start off with pre-writing exercises where we do the journals, the free writing exercises, get us ready for the essay. We might do some exercises. I'll probably do a video talking about the essay assignment. Then you actually got to write the draft, which is the second step. That's the fun part, where you actually have to sit down at your computer and write something. For some people, that's a relaxing, fun experience. For people like me, it's just a battle, and I'm yelling, screaming, cursing the day I was born, and wondering why I took this class and things like that. But eventually, you got to have your draft. Then you're going to go to the third step, the revision, the peer review process. So you can kind of see here, once you get the drafts in, I'm going to send out peer reviews. You're going to look at 2 other students' papers, try and help them out. Once those peer reviews come back, I'm going to look at the drafts quickly and make sure the peer reviewers don't mislead the writer. So pretty strong and fairly intense revision, editing kind of process. The 4th step is going to be submitting the essay for a grade. Always fun. And then the 5th step is going to be, once you get the graded essay back, you're going to revise it one more time and post it into an e-portfolio, hopefully in LinkedIn, out there on the internet. If we can't make that work, LinkedIn, some semesters LinkedIn works, others it doesn't. We might have to go to the D2L e-portfolio. But you got to publish it somewhere, and other people are going to see your work there, right? It's kind of neat. But also, by the end of the semester, with this e-portfolio, you get to see all the work you've done for the semester and kind of know why you're so tired and worn out there in November. So you're going to see that process, that 5-step process, happen 4 times throughout the semester with each major project. And hopefully we'll finish maybe a day early. Always kind of you kind of notice there's no final exam for the course. And there's kind of this extra day here. We'll see what happens. If we have some kind of major disaster or something, we got a day to kind of as a buffer there. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully we can stay on schedule and have a good semester there. But that's about all I wanted to cover. If you have questions, you got to let me know. And you're going to hear that in every email and every video. If you have questions, you have to let me know. I can't see through the internet and know that you're not quite getting something. And obviously it could be a problem with me. If you don't see where something is, maybe I didn't post it. That happens once in a while too. So let me know if you have any problems or questions or concerns. But I'm looking forward to a good semester, and we'll talk to you later. Where's my thing? Bye-bye.